It's the fastest thing ever, make it the worst. Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're checking out the power of DSpark to make DeepSeek V4 Flash put more than 2 times faster. Now, it does actually go more than 2 times faster, but just for like half a second and then it slows back down. But I'll show you everything like that. Generally, it is faster performance. You can get some good quality. You'll see. So if you check out the DSpark Flash version that I put out, there's a section here called Speculative Decoder. So we do have the existing MTP speculative decoder that we fished out from the preview version of V4. And we also have the new DSpark version. So V4 now has 3 extra layers of MTPing around, and it uses a technology called DSpark. And with DSpark, rather than predicting like a couple of tokens in the future, it tries to predict 5, which it's not as crazy as DFlash, but it is crazy. So we're going to be running that, showing you how it performs, how to get the best out of it, and all that kind of good stuff that we get to. So I've got it here. And to enable DSpark or MTP, all you do is just download it. So you go into models here, you type DeepSeek V4, and you can see that you can get the V4 Flash MTP. That's the one based on the preview one, and that one still works. We're going to be showing a comparison between MTP and DSpark, and you can also get the DSpark version. So as long as you have those guys downloaded, when you select DeepSeek V4 Flash from the models drop-down list, if you go into Inference Controls and Engine, there's something called Speculative Decoder, and you can select which MTP you want to use, which decoder. So you can use the MTP one or the DSpark version. Now I'll run a few tests here, different kind of tests to show you the pros and cons and all that kind of stuff. And we'll also be running some tests live to give you a feel for it. So the first one we're going to be showing you is Hello World C++. This is just a generic prompt we're writing, and by default we get around 32 tokens a second with DeepSeek V4. Now, when we enable MTP, same prompt, same answer. And the thing about MTP and DSpark is it's guaranteed to be mathematically accurate, the response, because every single token that gets predicted by MTP or DSpark gets verified by the main model. So it's going to be, the results are going to be different because internally the way the maths works to inference the code uses a lot of random numbers, and because we're going to be doing more mathematics operations, we're going to be getting different random numbers, and so we're going to be going through the tree slightly differently. So the results are going to be slightly different, but they're all mathematically correct, as in they're going to be picking the highest token or the temp token that's accurate to the model. Okay, so we're going to go into the MTP version, and we can see we've gone from 32 tokens a second, we've jumped up to 36 tokens a second. So the MTP layer that was given for the preview version still works for the new V4 version, so that's good. Now we're going to switch it up, and we're going to go into the DSpark version. Now, DSpark, it mainly works really, because we're predicting 5 tokens in the future, it mainly works really well with like syntax kind of code. So coding tasks, that's where it works well. And we're getting here 35.9, so it's slightly slower than MTP. However, I did do a little optimization. I'll show you it running now live. So we're going to be inferencing this now, or just a little optimization that I'll put in, and we're going to be running it. See, this is how it splies out. So you can see the tokens per second, it jumps crazy. It goes 50, it goes 70, even shot up to 80, and we ended up with 38.6. So yeah, so we are officially faster than MTP by an extra 2 tokens, but that's not the best because this is like a text and coding version. So you're not going to get the best inference rate, but still 38.6 is good. And I just want to run it one more time because I want to show you the tokens per second. You can see that 74, I saw 80 for a second. Now our baseline is 32 tokens a second, so we've gone like 2.5 times faster. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. So next up, we're going to do a purely coding one, and we're doing 500 tokens here to make Tetris HTML. And for 500 tokens, it's around 31.1 tokens a second to just do our base generation. Now with MTP enabled, we're getting up to 38 tokens a second. When it's very syntax heavy tokens, the confidence levels of the tokens are pretty high. Like it was 100% certain it was going to be linear here after background, or after it was going to be gradient after linear, because it's very, very syntax heavy. You can't really go wrong. So it's very, very confident in predicting the next token. Because it's confident that it's predicting the next tokens, that means it's more likely to guess the correct token that's going to be next. And so we can see here we shot up to 38 tokens a second from 31. Now with DSpark, now we're going to be switching that on, and we've got 42 tokens a second. So we can see that we are going like even faster than MTP. Now, again, I did do an optimization here. Let me just quickly run it for you. So 75 tokens a second, 50 tokens a second, 40 tokens a second, 75 tokens a second, 40 tokens a second. So it's going crazy. Like you can look at it and you can just get really excited because the tokens just appear just out of nowhere. 30 tokens a second. We ended up with 46.5 tokens a second. So even smashed out our 42 tokens a second because we put in some optimizations. Now where it's going to fail is when you try doing like creative writing. So for example, tell me about Paris this prompt. We can see that 500 tokens here by default was around 30.5 tokens a second. With MTP enabled, we're getting 32.5 tokens a second. So it's still actually faster at creative writing, which is good. It's only predicting like an extra 2 tokens in the future. It's not trying to go for 5. And when you go for 5, that means the main model has to try inferencing 5. And then when it makes a failure, it goes back and, you know, messes around. Whereas with DSpark now enabled, we actually got 23 tokens a second. I think I was running some background operations when I did this before. When I tested it, it was 28 tokens a second, except I did optimize this. Let's just run it one more time. And we can see we are like, it's not shooting up to the 70 that we saw before, because this is kind of like creative kind of writing. So that's where the MTP layer, you could probably want to disable, although see it shoot up to 50 every now and then. So that was pretty good. And we're coming up towards the end. We see that we settled down with 28.99 tokens a second. So even with DSpark enabled, it was slower. 30.5, it was slower with this prompt. So if you know what you're doing, but generically, you're only losing 1 tokens a second at the worst case kind of scenario. So maybe it is something good to enable. What we're going to do next is, because we're kind of like giving you an idea with 500 tokens, we're going to now try doing a full generation. And I've got a couple of different scenarios on top of it. So baseline, where we're making a Tetris HTML, that produces around 4,900 tokens. And this is what it looks like here. It's like a very, very basic game of Tetris, which actually looks pretty good and it works. So that's nice. Thank you, DeepSeek, for working. But it's 30 tokens a second is what it made it with. So with MTP enabled, remember we're using the old version of V4 with MTP and it still works. We're still getting 36.6 tokens a second. So that is good. Now with DSpark enabled, look at that. We shot up to 42 tokens a second. So it is even faster. The difference in speed between 30 tokens a second, we shot up by 6 and we shot up by another 6 to get DSpark. Let's see the quality of DSpark. We can see it's pretty much the same generation here. Pretty much the same generation. Now I am going to run it one more time because I did do an optimization. I'll tell you exactly how the optimization works next. So we're going to hit play just to see what it looks like. And we can see that it shot up to like 75 tokens a second there, because it's doing pure syntax. So it's between pretty much 50 to 75 tokens a second. It's smashing out the code. So there's something called confidence levels when you're doing DSpark, and basically when you're making a generation of 5, you know the confidence levels of the token that's been predicted. So the optimization is just purely to look at the confidence levels and give it a threshold to which ones you're going to try to accept. Because if you give it a low threshold like 0, it's going to try running all of the 5 predicted tokens through the main model, and that means it's more likely to make mistakes, and the more mistakes that occur, it means it needs to roll back the cache, it needs to reprocess everything. Whereas if you set a higher confidence level, you will make less mistakes. Well, you'll miss out on some select tokens which are correct, but potentially you could get faster speeds. And we can see that we're now hitting 45.8 tokens a second. And this is a long 5,000 token generation. It's not like a little tiny window. It's a very, very long one. Now I did another coding one, Angry Birds. So by default, that's 31 tokens a second, 5,000 tokens produced. We see we're making a nice game of Angry Birds. Look at that, it works. Now with MTP enabled, it shot up to 35 tokens a second. So we've gone from 31 tokens a second to 35 tokens a second. That is an improvement. And we can see we can still hit the Angry Birds. It's all still working. Now with DSpark enabled, we shot all the way up to 39 tokens a second. So again, we got even faster. And with the confidence trick, we've now shot up to 43 tokens a second. So that's the version I'm going to be releasing, the one with the confidence levels, and that will get the maximum speed. And you can see that the quality of the code is pretty much just the same as before, because it's mathematically guaranteed to be verified all by the main model. Now, the only other thing to be aware of is DSpark isn't free. And it's heavier than MTP. So the MTP version only had one extra layer, so it was only a couple of gigabytes, whereas this one, because it has 3 layers, is an extra 10 gigabytes of storage. So when you put it in memory, we go from 147 gibs all the way up to 160 gibs here. So we're using up an extra 10 gibs of memory. So it's not free, but potentially when you're doing kind of like maths or maybe coding, that's where you're going to get the performance improvements of 50%. And you can see, saw it right there, we shot up to 80 tokens a second at some moments. That's when you have like 2 successive 5 tokens predicted and 5 tokens predicted. That's where you get some nice performance. So what do you guys think of the DSpark? I'm doing this video because I was trying to find some information about the performance of DSpark, and when I looked at it on YouTube, everyone was like saying it's the fastest thing ever, make it the worst, oh my god. And then when I was looking at the comments, I found people saying they're not having much success with it, so I figured I'd give you like a real world test case on how it actually works. Hope you guys found this video useful and enjoyed the show.